the young people meet. I would like to consider it to be a very sensitive topic. Aside things that's related to our health and other things, business is very crucial and influential in most of the choices we make. Most of us decided to choose architecture because somebody told us before there was money in it. Somebody chose to do medicine, law, and other things uh, based on the returns the person is going to get, or the prospects that choice is going to bring to the person after the completion of that kind of investment. And investment comes in various forms. Even education is an investment. And so, Aki Business Conference is something that I would, like I said from the beginning, will consider it to be very sensitive. And then architecture in itself is a serious subject and a serious course. And we all, most of us here right now, are um, architecture, I mean, inclined people. Like I was saying, architecture is a serious subject. Business is a serious subject. So, Aki Business is a serious subject. So, I wouldn't like to take much time to give the introductory remark and then introduce us to why we are here. I think it will be better if we go straight and then deal with what we are here for. And so I'm still looking in and I'm seeing some new and then fresh people joining us. Okay, okay. Do we have any Asag executive here? Uh, any Asag executive? No Asag executive. Okay, they'll be joining us soon. I see Ajwa and Dilompo. Hey, Andy. I see Elijah. Oh, okay, Elijah is my boss. I see Frances, Gideon. I say, you do before. Hey, Agilu. And then Hajar, Bushra, Missy. Okay, sweetness. All right. And then Justice Bache. It's good to have all you gentlemen and ladies part of us today. And I'm going to talk about our resource people for tonight. And then I like to. Who do I start with? These guys are all fantastic, and they're all my bosses. So I have to be careful who I choose to be first. But in no special order, okay, to be safe, in no special order, so that okay. So Makafui, Sally, some fantastic senior. For those of you who know Revit community, Makafui is one top guy who has dedicated his life to coding and coming up with concepts and stuff like that. That really is, computer aided design card, Revit, all those things are supposed to help us to make design easy. But this guy has also dedicated his life to make those software easy. So, we are moving towards easy. And that's what he's been doing all over this time. And he's blended that with other businesses. Makafui is a family guy, from the beginning of the meeting, he showed us, Makafui and everyone. I mean, fantastic guy, solid guy. And so that's Maki, and I'll talk more about him when we are moving straight to him. And we have Josephine also. I bought a shoe from Josephine, and as of now, I still wear that shoe. That shoe is solid, and I use that shoe for my graduation. And I mean, you can imagine that's like more than a year and on, and the shoes still look fresh. And anytime I polish it, it looks like I bought it a day before. And so that's Josephine, serious architect, Aki Shoes CEO, top-notch shoemaker. For those of you who don't know, we have shoemakers in Koblenz. She's not Koblenz, she's a shoemaker. And she's a very good one. And she loves what she does. And she's all about the place. Instagram, you can follow her and then you get to see more of the things she's doing. All types and kinds of shoes. And then Cyrus. So Cyrus is also a very, very, very serious guy. These are serious people. And so when I say serious guy, I mean he's blend the architecture with videography, with editing, other businesses, and I mean different kind of things that you can think of. Cyrus has actually shot some videos that when I see it, I really think about how or who would have thought that it's very important to, take these shots and then make them look this fantastic. Circle, KLUST, even the Gone and other places, train light on the fantastic architecture we have commercializing it. I don't know how he does that, and he's going to talk really about that. For those of you who are already thinking about how to, commercialize or go towards that side to monetize and make some kind of income and living, this is the best guy to talk to you about how it's done and the amount of time he spends on producing these masterpieces. And so, without much ado, I'm going to who should I hold first? Okay, let me ladies first, right? Let me talk to Josephine. Josephine, what should our people? So as it stands now, like I mentioned, now we have more people joining us. We have our 16 participants now, and I'm sure by the time we finish, we'll be around 1 million. Yeah. So Josephine, what should everyone expect today? Um,
Hi. Okay. So, well, I think somehow we should expect a change of scenery as to how we view architecture and business in quotes. So yeah,
okay.
I'm excited to talk, and I'm excited to also hear from my senior man Makafui and Cyrus. Cyrus was my TA in fifth year.
Mm.
We disturbed him, but
Oh,
well, we are here.
right. Okay. Cyrus was everyone's TA. Actually, you want to personalize Cyrus right now, but you can't do that. Okay. So that's from Josephine. She saying that everybody should expect something fantastic tonight. Makay, what should we expect from you, and what should anyone expect from this conference tonight?
Okay, you see, my pathway is a little bit different from other people in a sense that I was very lucky to get married very early whilst I was in school. So
I
I
love
would
that.
draw a lot of attention from that side, and also some of the businesses that I am doing alongside the architecture and combination with my wife's work as well, because we are doing everything together. So it will be a blend between her work, my architecture, and also my side hustle, which I'll combine and then talk about it today.
Okay, fantastic. That's really really, really great. Um, I was very lucky to have married early. Wow, you are so blessed. And so I know Sarah to talk a bit about that one too, and I love to hear that. Actually, I do. So thank you so much, Maki. And then talk of the man, Cyrus. What should we expect tonight?
Hi everyone.
Hello,
Good evening.
Cyrus.
It's lovely to meet you all again. Tonight we are just going to talk about the business side of architecture, basically transforming your passion into wealth. And I'm happy to be part of this wonderful team.
Hmm.
Josephine, I've been seeing Josephine a lot, her marketing, her stuff. I'm happy with
So
with where she's gotten to. It's lovely seeing all of you again. So tonight we are just going to dialogue, learn one or two from each other, and I believe
okay.
that hopefully by the time the meeting is done, we would have all learned something that can eventually help us in our career. Thank
Right.
you very much, Henry.
Thank you so much to Cyrus. Um, yeah, that's what you should expect from. I didn't want to say it. I want you to really hear it from their mouth, and then you heard it. And tonight is going to be really exciting. And I expect that those of you have already have your jotters, your diaries, and everything around. You're really going to write it out. So we have our first person on the list, in the person of Makafui, aka Makay, aka Mr. Makafui. Mr. Makafui will tell us everything we need to know about how he managed to combine the architecture, everything, the business, the marital life, and how everything is turning out to work for him because he is so happy right now and we want to share in his excitement. But then, before Makapi, I would like you to share your journey as an architect. How has it been so far?
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. My full name is Makafui. That's my middle name. But
Hmm.
the first name is Christopher, and my surname is Agbodzah, which is
Oh, fantastic.
AGBDZAH. But a lot of people know me by the Makafui. And also, one thing that makes me very renowned on campus is the fact that I was so specialized in Revit and I was able to solve almost every problems relating to Revit. And then the next thing that I did was getting married. Okay, so A little bit about my architecture journey. When I got into, actually, I wanted to do architecture from class 6. I just saw the name in a dictionary. When I read the meaning, I really loved it. So from class 6,
Mhm.
I was so intentional about doing architecture. It was as if I would do, it wasn't something so much intentional, but it was guiding me in my subconscious mind. When I went to SHS, I had to do some special courses that would get me into architecture. But here's the case that when I came to school, unlike some of our other friends who were so much excelling, like OT, Otnell, and then Ivana, everybody knows them. And the thing is that we have to also acknowledge the fact that those people are very good. And even though I'm also very good, I came to realize that I am very good in some special aspects of the architecture. And luckily for me, when I came to first year, Agor was in 6th year, they introduced Revit class, I joined. So first year, second semester, I learned Revit. And when I went home, I was doing tutorials from throughout the vacation. So I got to know about BIM, the benefits of BIM, and then how the UK government is so much intentional about the BIM stuff. So all my software selection has been very influenced by the BIM technology, which is the Revit. If I will add something compared between Rhino and SketchUp, I will choose Rhino because of its capability. So my choice of software are based on those things. And then I'm not a rendering kind of guy. I got to also realize that I like more technical stuff compared to the rendering. So that was also one thing that affected my journey. And then at a point, I saw that so many people are learning rendering and video editing and video animation, even though they are good skills. But I could see a lot of draftsmen who are also so much skilled in those areas. So it made me thought of, if that's the only thing I can do after school, then what's the difference between me and those people? And then I was also lucky that I got to realize my passion for the technology aspect of the architecture from Revit all the way, and I started to do Dynamo, and I like to customize stuff. So when I do Revit, I realize that Revit has a limitation. I need to add Dynamo to customize some things in Revit. After Dynamo, I realized I still need more, which is Python. And then I learned Python all the way, and then basically I'm doing those things, but I do architecture as well. And one thing I also have in mind is that I know architecture, even the university is a universal degree. So if somebody has completed MMAC in Ghana, we should be also comparing ourselves to somebody who has completed MMAC in either UK, US, or somewhere else. Here's the case that the things that we are doing over here compared to them, the difference is so wide. So I always try to compare myself to them and then upskill or upgrade my skills. And that's how come I got attracted so much into the technological aspect of life, of architecture, which is the coding stuff and then automation and other things. So for my architectural journey, basically that's it. But from second year, I was introduced to working drawing, which Agor did. And I've been doing working drawings from second year all the way as at now. So I do a lot of that compared to design. And then as you are doing something, you get to a point where you want to be able to do things efficiently and also very quick because they are boring stuff, the same process over and over again. And that's how come I got to learn about Dynamo to automate some of the things. And finally, I'm building plugins. So my pathway in the architecture, I've come to realize that it's not everyone that is going to be on site, or it's not everyone who is going to be in the office. There are so many diverse areas in architecture, but when you are on campus, you can't really see those things. Okay. So I used to sometimes feel that, am I a field architect because I am not doing design so much, I'm not doing these things, but I have now understood that is another specialty that everybody can go. right now I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I see people who have one specialty in the architecture. There's one guy called his son. He created Revit. He has a background in software, computer science, and then architecture. He created one plugin, and then it's working so well for him. And right now, the Rhino industry has employed him, and he is building Rhino inside Revit. So he is a team lead for that project, creating buttons to bridge the gap between Rhino and Revit. And there's one other person called Eric Frick from Austria. He, the only thing he's doing is that he is teaching people how to use Revit, and now he's everywhere. So I've come to understand that you don't have to do everything before you will be known. If you can specialize on one thing and do it so well, people will get to know you. So basically, my architectural life is that I do architecture. I've been in the office for some time, but currently I don't like the environment in which I am, because the kind of things that I want to learn, I don't see offices in Ghana that are doing those things. If I want to apply for a job in Ghana for any office, I can easily integrate into that. But anytime I go to LinkedIn and I see the job posting, the kind of requirements they are looking for, they are standard, they are very common to them. But when it comes to our environment, we don't see those things. So right now, what I'm doing is that I am updating my skills to match up with them. Because even if I want to practice architecture, I don't want to practice architecture in Ghana here. Because we have not even understood the technological aspect of the architecture, let alone to even teach it in the school or for the industry to also accept it. BIM has been there for a long time, but BIM adoption in even Africa is a problem. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm upgrading my skills for the future demand that will be coming. And because of that, I've not been working after school. I've not been working with any office. I'm in the house, I'm learning, and I'm doing the side business as well. Okay. So basically, that is my pathway on the architecture side. Okay. And I have two side jobs, which I will talk about as we are moving along.
So much. I mean, you spoke about a lot of things that are on people's mind, and then I'm sure they're putting their questions together. You said something about the kind of things you see on LinkedIn, the advertised jobs and all that, and the kind of requirement they put there. That's okay. If you have this requirement, then you're qualified to work with us as standard and basic. And then that's something like if you find yourself in this part of our world or in Ghana, for instance, the kind of potential you have, the kind of things you can do, you are very limited in terms of opportunity, and then the environment that will actually promote and then give you the actual zeal, confidence, vim, the resource you need to be that person you want to be. So limited. I mean, these are things that we would like you to go deeper, and I'm sure people are writing their questions. But then, before you talk about that, all right, I want to create some kind of buffer, and I want to create something interesting before we talk about. You are a technical person, so let me bring a little bit fun to this before we go more into detail. We were all there, and then we heard the news that Makafui was getting married, and Makafui was an MR student. How did you do that? How did you manage marriage and MARC? Because thesis, reports, design, and all those things, I know the pressure it comes with, but how did you do it?
Okay, this one is what I had. I'm not sure if everybody that God can bless with. I am very, very lucky. Luckily for me, I had the chance to stay with my wife for some time. Okay, so one thing I do is that whenever I am sharing something, there's a lot of people that omit some of the important components, and then they make you believe that this is how the things are. Okay. So luckily for me, my wife was closer to me, and then we had the chance to stay for at least almost a year. So um we got to a point in the life where we realized that okay, um what are we even waiting for? Because the person that we are looking for, or the kind of quality that I'm looking from the person, she has it. Even though she doesn't have 100%, you won't get 100%. But if you get the
Right.
essential one, there are some things that you can learn along the way.
Mm.
Okay. So when we got to that point, we just realized that I just told her that okay, the way things are going there, we can easily get married though. And then um that was Corona time. People were getting married with low budget. Okay, because of the lockdown and then small meetings, there was restriction on the gathering. So people were getting married with low budget money, and then we were joking about it. Hey, this one cry. If we do what, we can also get married though, because we know we can easily get married. But
Mm.
she had to understand or to be convinced that okay, she is getting into marriage. Okay,
Mm.
and there was one thing that also affected it. Her dad was about to be installed as one of the sub chiefs in Adia. So we got to
Wow.
realize that if we do the marriage after the installment, then it means that the expenses will go higher, because
Mm.
it means the requirement also raise up, will go high. So if we can
Right.
do it before the installment also, it means that we can spend less. The budget will come down. So that was
Relatively. Yeah.
the other motivation that also influenced it. And one thing I don't want, I feel that it avoid a lot of ladies in getting married is that I think they feel that when they get married, they are locked, they get locked, or they are bound. It is with rules and regulations, because there are some guys when they get married to you, you have to be cooking for them every day. There are some things you can't do. You can't be talking to
Right.
some of these guys. But that's one thing I don't want to do at all. So I feel like
Mm.
people don't enjoy marriage because they feel like when they get into marriage, they will be restricted from doing some things. And that's one thing I don't do at all. If we can't cook, then we can go and buy food outside. If she can wash, I can wash. So there's so much flexibility. Okay. And then one thing I try, another encouragement is that, or motivation is that when people see what we are doing, it will make them feel like the marriage is not something so rigid. At least you can still get married and then be doing your things. You can get married and be talking to your guy friends or your female friends. Because honestly, when we got married, at a point we were asking ourselves, "Oh, so are we really married?" Because we didn't see the difference between the time we were dating and then the time we got married, because it was the
Mm.
same.
Nice.
Okay. And the reason
Mm.
why I mentioned the fact that we got a chance to stay for some time before getting married is that the time people are dating, they don't how do I even put it? When most people are dating, they don't get the chance to get close to themselves like that. So after marriage, everything becomes so strange to them. So if you've not been in the same room with the person before and then after marriage, the person will be doing something that is so strange. You've never seen that in the dating or the courtship moment. But whatever we see after the marriage were things that we already saw when. We have another couple friend. We were neighbors.
Mm.
They also had a chance to go into what we also did. And honestly, they don't have any problem. It's not like they don't have marital problems, but there are some serious problems like transparency.
Mm.
There are some people who cannot even touch their wives or their girlfriends' phone. They don't even have access to their password. Okay. One thing we
Wow.
have done, we have built some kind of transparency in such that even if my wife is chatting with you, you will never know that she is chatting with you. She can reply your message as if I'm the person. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
use the same password. She even used my password. Uh-huh. So I think one thing that people should actually pay attention to is transparency, respect. I think that two things, and then um, honesty. If you meet the
Okay.
person and the first few days, the person has started lying to you, then it means the foundation is already weak.
Mm.
And people see all these signs, they see these red flags, but they still go on and then get into marriage. And when the foundation is weak, everything becomes
There's a
unsafe.
great response.
You get. So one reason why I was able to successfully complete MAC is that my wife was not giving me problem at all.
Mm. Okay.
The only problem
Okay.
we had was maybe we have to work and get money. Apart from financial issues, we don't have trust issues. We don't have cheating issues. Like we don't have those issues that are actually killing people's marriage. The problems we
Mm.
have right now is financial issues. Maybe we have
Mm.
to do this business or we invest in this and then it won't go on well. We have to gather additional funds and then do something. So basically, that's what we do. These are the minor problems that we have. But there are there are so many people that are going through trust issues. They don't even have
Mm.
access to either their wives or their husband's password. They don't even know
Wow.
how much their wives are making or their husbands are making. So
Mm.
when those kind of transparency or those foundation are not well set, it means that you have a lot of problems. So me, luckily,
Right.
that's why I'm saying that I was very lucky, and then God really did well for me in that aspect. That if not for that, then I'm not sure I would have been able to complete the MMAC.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
when I was in MMAC 1, I was doing other people's PP, I was doing my own PP, and I was doing schoolwork too. Sometimes when I think back, I try to even imagine how I was able to do that. So if you don't have peace of mind from your wife, then it means that at the MMAC you have to come back next year because you can't finish.
Right. Interesting. That's I asked for one and I had a billion. Thank you so much, Maki. I mean, I like that particular part when you said that it's supposed to be trust, it's supposed to be honesty, it's supposed to transparency, honesty, and respect.
Transparent.
This, yeah, honesty and respect. These three are very very crucial in marriages. I have not married. Maybe I'm on the way to. In fact, I am on the way, and I'm really learning so much right now. And you also say that the foundation is really really important. I mean, I was trying to make a joke, but when you said that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. This one, when the foundation is weak, the marriage will not last.
That one.
Yeah, so yeah, so this is really 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 interesting. I mean, for
Let me put this one too across. Sorry for me. I
okay,
don't want to forget about this one.
no,
Someone was
come on.
asking me whether it's okay for them to get married when they are in school or they should wait or something like that.
That was
So,
going to be my next question actually.
okay. So, from my personal experience, one thing I've realized is that when you are able to find a good partner, when you don't have anything, then that is one of the signs that you have gotten a very honest person or a good person or a reliable person because when you wait till you get money, you can never tell whether they are coming in for your money or they really love you.
Mm,
Okay. I have
mm,
friends, they have built businesses here. If I mention their name, you will know them. Sometimes
mm,
they really commend me in the sense that they have the money, but they can't even tell the difference whether the person coming is coming with true love or
mm,
it's because of their money. So if you are lucky and you get somebody who is a best fit
mm,
in your early years, while you don't have enough, then that's one of the signs that you've gotten a very good partner. It's not going to be
mm,
100%, but it's a higher probability that, okay, this person actually likes you, not because of your money or what you have. Okay, because when I got married, I didn't have anything. The only money we had when we were getting married was 3,000 cities. I just woke up one day, we went to KGT and then we bought the stuff. I showed it to my sister that. So sometimes you have to start. When we started, God also made way for other peoples to come. So it wasn't like we had the money down. The only money I remember we had was 3,000 cedis. We went to KGT, we bought some kente, 500 cedis, we bought some stuff, and luckily for us, we were able to convince my in-law that Charlie, we are not starting life. You can see. So we want to do low budget marriage. Okay. Because when we get money, we can always do bigger ones. And then it's not bad to do something with less amount of money, because it's not everybody that has the money. Because for me, we didn't have the money. If you have the money to spend, then that's also good for you. But if you don't have the money, just do what you have. Because if you spend all your money inside the marriage, that's the beginning. Then you start having financial problems, and that will start weakening the foundation of the marriage. Luckily, when we got married, we were not owing anyone, and we were also not expecting any money from anyone. Okay, so if you don't have enough, don't spend all your money in the marriage, because that is only an initiation. It's just an announcement that we are married, but the real things are inside the marriage. When you finally get married and there's no money, that is the beginning of the weakening of the foundation.
Okay.
Right.
Fantastic points all made. I mean, I really love this one. This is really good. I mean, God Himself likes marriage. It's something that He encourages. So once you get into it, the blessings will come after. I mean, the things will come, the PPs will come, and all that. You even forget that you're married with just that amount of money, but don't go and owe people someone money. I mean, you take loan for investments. or can we consider marriage as an investment?
I don't. You may be disappointed.
Okay, should we consider marriage as an investment? Okay. Okay. All right. And we all pray that our in-laws will also understand where we come.
Yeah. That one day.
All right. So that one's another thing, right? Okay. Fantastic points made, Maki.
Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't hearing anything.
Oh, okay. So can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I was saying that we are going to have a Q&A session. But if anybody has a questions specifically for you, specifically for Maki, you can drop that question now. I'm just going to take about one or two, and then when we read the main Q&A session, you'll have all your questions. In the meantime, if you want to type out your questions, you can do that in the comment section. We will read it out and you get your answers and responses. So if you have a question, you can unmute your microphone and ask right about now. Josephine is asking me when is she coming for my wedding? Now, hey, very soon, very, very soon. Okay, I will invite her. In fact, we'll have a conference like this again and I'll announce it.
All right. We can't even wait for that.
All right, very soon. Okay, let me do one of the questions. So, Mikey, what advice will you have for your student self? A student self is like somebody who is also going through the same path like you did. What's one advice, would you have for that person?
Okay, I would say that the person should not limit himself or herself to the standard we have in Ghana here, because we have a lot of years ahead of us, and because of AI right now, a lot of things are changing. So you have to learn skills, additional skills, aside what we are learning over here, to put yourself apart with these people we have outside there, because the kind of things they are doing is so great. People are programming buildings to generate rooms, bedrooms, and office space, and we are doing rapidographs over here. So that's my problem I have in the department. So if you are focused only about studying only what you have here, you may end up learning architecture and realize that you are very archaic. Okay.
Right.
People are doing computational design. People are doing learn. I know when you go to LinkedIn is a professional environment, and I see a lot of people posting new things that I don't even know. When I'm in Ghana, I know I'm a Revit god, but when I see what people are doing there, I feel like I didn't learn a lot. So don't limit yourself to what we are learning on campus here. compare yourself to those outside and then see what they are doing. Because after you graduate, you may not know where you will be or where you will practice. Do you get it?
Okay.
Right now, I've been trying to
Right.
apply for a BIM technician role, and one of the major requirements is having a Navisworks skill. Navisworks is a 4D scheduling software,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have a cracked version to it. It's like a cloud-based environment. I don't know of any office in Ghana. Maybe Ajay will be doing that. I don't know any office in Ghana who is employing that. And then how many offices are going to buy license for their software for you to even learn these kind of skills? So because of that, some of the jobs on LinkedIn, I'm not able to apply because I've been limited by these kind of skills. And there are Rhino skills as well. People are specializing in Rhino, computational design. These are some of the future things people are supposed to be thinking about, and they should learn AI. In the department, they will tell you are being lazy, you don't want to do conceptual, but that is the future. People are learning prompt engineering, how to talk to the AI to generate building, to generate concepts. There's one guy from Zaha did architect. He's called Simfu or something like that. He does prompt engineer. He writes prompts or text to generate conceptuals. And then, so these are the things we should be learning. Okay. Because the kind of things we are learning here, maybe after school, you may compare yourself to the draftsmen because they can easily learn some of these things. Okay. One thing I did to set myself apart is to learn the hard things, to learn programming things. Because the future is about learning. You are not supposed to learn in depth into coding, but just have a fair idea of how things are put together. You can start with Grasshopper, you can start with Dynamo, and you can really see that it has so many impacts. So if you want to limit yourself to the requirements you have in Ghana, then it will not help you at all. And looking at things, when AI came, at least every month there is a new software, something. The pace at which technology is improving is so high. You can learn something this month, and then next month there will be a better way of doing it. So if you don't think in that direction, you do everything in Ghana here, and then you realize actually the skills I have, I can't take it anywhere.
Okay.
So that's my main advice.
Thank you so much. I mean, they will say you are lazy because you're not using your hands to do the conceptual. There are different school of thought, but I think that we will change. It's a university, and things will change. Actually, I believe that we are moving, we are growing, and people come, people go, and there's going to be a new phase and then a new breed of architects who will all generally accept that Charlie, this is the new way. And once the majority say this is the way, nobody really is going to hold anyone back. And I think it's a very good advice. It's something that we really have to pay attention to. Those of us in school and those of us who are in industry, it has to be something, because if you are learning it from school, you are going to practice it in industry. So it has to be something that we even encourage in our internships and offices. So when you come to the studio, you come to school, you know you're not learning something that ends in the classroom, but something that the industry requires, an industry requirement. So I think that most of us who are in the offices too, if architects are here, Cyrus, you, McKay, Josephine, all the guys here, when the interns come, we really need to encourage them towards that side. Don't say they are lazy and they don't want to sketch. Encourage them to adopt these AI tools, Grasshopper, and all those things to come up with the conceptuals. And these things are even more accurate. So let's see. Thank you so much, McKay.